Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video I'm just going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Odion Ighalo. So, Odion Ighalo is reportedly close to agreeing a contract extension with Manchester United, and this is stemming from Odion Ighalo's agent. Now, as it stands at the moment, Manchester United have not yet made an offer to Shanghai Shenhua. Like I updated you yesterday, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer spoke on Odion Ighalo's future, and he does want to extend Odion Ighalo's loan at the football club. And I think Solskjaer did make the admission, saying, that he wants to get Odion Ighalo on a permanent transfer. Now, don't forget, quite a few weeks ago, Shanghai Shenhua came out and said that they do want around £20 million to let Odion Ighalo go on a permanent transfer and that. Now, obviously, reports have been coming out in the last couple of days saying that Odion Ighalo is going to leave Manchester United by next week because Odion Ighalo's loan deal at the football club expires on the 31st of May. It also did mention that we wanted to extend his loan for a further 3 months, but Shanghai Shenhua rejected this proposal. Shanghai Shenhua do expect Odion Ighalo to return in time for the start of the new Chinese Super League season. I think it does start in July. By the way, Shanghai Shenhua have offered him, I think, a 3.5-year deal with around £400,000 a week, to convince Odion Ighalo to turn down a permanent move to Manchester United. But I do think Odion Ighalo wants to remain at the football club, But anyway, this is stemming from his agent that Odion Ighalo is close to agreeing a contract extension with Manchester United. So that's very positive news, for the Man United fans that do want Odion Ighalo to remain at the football club. Now, his wages at Shanghai Shenhua are like £300,000 a week at the moment, and we're paying him, I think, around £100,000 a week, so we're paying like a third of his wages. Like I mentioned to you, Odion Ighalo has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. He has got 4 goals in 3 starts for the football club. I think he got 2 goals, was it in the Europa League? He also got 2 goals in the FA Cup against Derby, did Odion Ighalo. And like I mentioned, he has been a very, very good cover-up to Marcus Rashford. Ighalo is the vocal point. He's an option of a different type of centre-forward and that. So, there you go. So, yeah, do you think, we can extend Odion Ighalo's loan deal at the football club? But if we can't, he will be making a return back to Shanghai Shenhua. Yes, he will and that. But, yeah, so that is the latest news on Odion Ighalo. But like I said to if we don't extend Odion Ighalo's loan or we don't get him permanently, which striker, do you think Manchester United should sign? There has been a lot of strikers on our agenda. Obviously, the recent striker that's been on our agenda is Joshua Kim from Bournemouth. Some Man United fans would take Joshua Kim, but some Manchester United fans have got element of concerns about Joshua Kim and that. It came out from Sky Sports recently, saying that 4 of the top 6 sides were in. What?
I heard you. Just off for the shower, we're going to get out about 9ish.
Alright.
You know what I mean? Earlier I get out, earlier. What I'm going to do today, I'm not doing terrace. I'm doing Broad Lane, then Couple on Crescent, and Joyce Street.
Alright.
And we'll do terrace tomorrow.
Alright.
If I do alright today, if I get them all done today, I'll give you 25 today.
Alright.
Right.
Alright.
Are you going to shower when we come back, or do you want to get jumping after me?
After you.
Right.
It says that 4 of the top 6 sides, were in for Joshua Kim and that the other day. I think it said Man United, Wolves, Liverpool and Chelsea were in for Joshua Kim and that. Joshua Kim's been on serving at Bournemouth. I think he's now into his 5th season with Bournemouth. Scored around 48 goals in 163 games in all competitions. Joshua King, I think, has got like a year left on his Bournemouth contract. You know, he's in his late 20s, he's 28 years of age. Don't forget, Joshua King is a former Manchester United player because, you know, we had him when he was a lot younger, but he did not make one single senior appearance, did Joshua King. I think after he left us, he went to Blackburn, but he also had a lot of loan spells. He had loan spells with Borussia Mönchengladbach, Hull, Blackburn, Preston as well, you know, so he had quite a few loan spells, did Joshua King. Don't forget, we went in for him on deadline day in January. You know, we submitted around the £20 million bid, but Bournemouth turned this down. We actually, you know, never put in a second bid for the player. So, yeah, so we are seeing him as an alternative to Odion Ighalo. You already know the news on Timo Werner from RB Leipzig. Like I said, Haaland. In reality, we should have got Erling Haaland in January, but we didn't. But it was a shame that we didn't get Erling Haaland in January because, you know, it would have been an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type signing. Like I said, I'm very sceptical that we'll sign Odion Haaland in the summer transfer window because obviously, you know, he's going to cost us over £100 million if we are to get him in the summer transfer window. I think Erling Haaland's release clause becomes active either next summer or the summer of 2022. It was also a shame that we didn't get him in January because he was a cheap solution, was Haaland. He was available for like £17 million. You know the news on Moussa Dembele from Lyon. Like I mentioned, Tina, I would take Moussa Dembele at Manchester United. Definitely take him at Manchester United and that. You know, so there has been a lot of strikers on our agenda and that. You know, but like I said, you know, we've got a lot of good attacking players anyway. Like I mentioned, we've got Marcus Rashford. Like I said, overall, he's one of our best players. You know, he was one of our best players earlier on in the season before he sustained this back injury, Marcus Rashford. But the positive is about Marcus Rashford. He is now back from his back injury in that. And, you know, we got Odion Ighalo on loan because of the injury to Marcus Rashford. We wouldn't have bothered getting a striker in on loan if Rashford hadn't sustained that back injury. But he is now back anyway. You know, up until this point, Rashford has spent the entirety of his career with Manchester United. And he's, you know, been a United player since, the age of 7 or something like that. You know, he's been in our senior squad since 2016. And since then, he has become an integral part of our team, Marcus Rashford. He's become an integral part of our team, and he is now the age of 22. So it's good now that he's back. Like I said, Rashford will probably play out wide when the football season resumes because he seems to be more effective from that wide position, but he can play him in number 9. You know, Martial, you know, he's done very, very well. He's been playing in the number 9 role this season as Anthony Martial, so he's been playing centrally. He does predominantly play out wide on the left, does Martial, but he's looked very effective in that central position, to be fair, as Anthony Martial. Like I said, Anthony Martial is now into his 5th season at Manchester United. You know, I think before the football season got suspended, he was in a good vein of form. I think one of the best seasons Anthony Martial enjoyed was his debut season under Louis van Gaal era. It really, really was. You know, and he's sustained quite a few injuries throughout the course of this season as Anthony Martial, don't forget. And, you know, Martial is only the age of 24. We did get him as a 19-year-old. We did pay around £36 million for him from Monaco, potentially rising up to 57 or 58 million based on goals and achievements. You know, Mason Greenwood's also another good attacking player we've got. This has been Mason Greenwood's first season in the senior squad. Well, first full season in the senior squad, and he has been a revelation. I think Greenwood has scored 12 or 13 goals in all competitions this season. I do expect him to get more starts in the Premier League next season, though, because a lot of his appearances have come from the substitutes bench this season as Mason Greenwood and that. You know, Daniel James is also another good attacking player we've got. You know, we paid obviously £15 million in from Swansea last summer. Like I said, you know, he's taken a huge step in his career, coming all the way from the Championship to the Premier League, but he's been a revelation. You know, I've got to make an admission, Solskjaer's overplayed Daniel James this season. I think he's played around 30 odd games in all competitions as Daniel James. You can put him on the left, you can put him on the right. But Daniel James, seems to be more effective from that left-hand side and that. So there you go. But yeah, even though we've got good attacking players, Man United still need to recommend a striker in the summer transfer window and that. Like I mentioned on my video that I did yesterday night, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has given us an update on our transfer plans, and Solskjaer insists that we will complete signings in the summer transfer window because Solskjaer has revealed he's looking to make around 3 or 4 signings in the summer transfer window because he believes we need around 3 or 4 signings to become title contenders next season and that. Because we want to be title contenders next season. I hope we can win the league next season or win the league maybe within the next 2 to 3 years because, this has been the 7th season that we've failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. So, like I said, that just indicates how inconsistent we've been for the last 6 or 7 years, but we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So the last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season at the football club. But don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's transfer limit had recently been set, and Ed Woodward is privately reluctant to spend any more than 60 or 70 million pounds on any player. And Solskjaer had recently been given words in private regarding our transfers. Now, as you all know, our debt has risen up Our debt has risen up by almost £130 million. So our total net debt now is around 429 million, like I mentioned to you. Because don't forget, last Thursday, Ed Woodward had spoken to investors on a conference call and he revealed our latest financial figures. I think the coronavirus pandemic, like it mentioned, has cost us around £28 million. But we do expect the final figure to be higher. And Ed Woodward also mentioned on the statement that he's optimistic that the season will return in June. So there is a lot of uncertainty for the summer transfer window, but like I mentioned, a lot of clubs are going to face an unprecedented summer transfer window. But I still reckon, that we can enjoy the perfect summer transfer window. I really, really do. I think the top 6 sides do fit our transfer strategy for the summer. But we're going to find it extremely difficult to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer an official transfer budget. Like I mentioned to you, I don't think we're going to make 3 or 4 signings in the summer. Maybe we could make 1 signing, maybe we could make 2 at the tops, but I don't think we're going to make 3 or 4. I really, really don't. But obviously, Ed Woodward was it a month or so ago now, or just over. He even insisted that we won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. And in that aspect, he ruled out big transfers to Manchester United, and he did say, we won't be spending hundreds of millions of pounds and that. Obviously, as Ed Woodward's already confirmed, he is willing to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He said that on quite a few occasions this season. He's also said quite a few times that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe at the football club, even though we have enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. So Ed Woodward, is still determined to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Also too, Solskjaer's got the backing of the Glazers because the Glazers have recently revealed their stance on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's future. Don't forget, like he updated you, the Glazers have got no intentions of selling Manchester United. They've no intentions of selling Manchester United and were only willing to let a Saudi Arabian Coliseum buy just 20% of the share. It did reveal last year that the Glazers had been talking with the Saudi Arabians about possibly selling the football club. He said the Glazers were only willing to sell Manchester United for £2 or £3 billion and that. Like I said to the Glazers have been here since 2005 and now we're in 2020, so they've been here around 15 years. I think it did reveal that we've approximately paid around 1.5 million for the privilege of being owned by the Glazers in the last 15 years or something like that. And I think the Glazers have received, is it 200 million or nearly 200 million pounds in that. But the Glazers have had received a lot of criticism from a lot of Manchester United fans. But there again, so too has Ed Woodward. You know, Ed Woodward, of course, has been at the club since 2012, and he's also received a lot of criticism, like I mentioned, you know, reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been. He's also received a lot of criticism, you know, with us obviously, you know, overpaying for players, because I've got to make an admission, you know, we have overpaid for players in recent years. We've overpaid for players in that. So there you go. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, like I mentioned, how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches the summer transfer window. It'll be very, very interesting. And Solskjaer's identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up. You know, he wants to recommend the centre forward in, he wants to recommend the right winger in, and he wants to recommend a midfielder in. There's still some reports emerging out saying that he wants to recommend a centre half in and that. You know, but don't forget, there's big decisions that we've got to make in the summer transfer window. You know, Solskjaer's got to decide who he's going to recommend into the football club, and he's got to decide what players he's going to get rid of. I have got an idea of the players that Solskjaer's going to get rid of. I think we're probably going to get rid of around 6 or 7 players in the summer transfer window. I really, really do. I think we're going to get rid of Phil Jones, because obviously, you know, Phil Jones can't even get into the team. I think this has been Phil Jones' 5th season now. 9th season, at Manchester United. Phil Jones has been here since the Alex Ferguson era, but analysing it, he has been mainly inconsistent. I think we're going to get rid of Chris Smalling and Rojo on permanent transfers, because at the moment Chris Smalling's out on loan at Roma, and Rojo is out on loan at Estudiantes. Don't forget, we recently said that we want around 17 or 18 million for Smalling, so we have lowered our asking price. Roma do want to get Smalling permanently. Paulo Fonseca, the Roma boss, has recently revealed this, that he wants to get Chris Smalling. That he said so that Chris Smalling wants to stay at Man United. Also, too, I think we want around £12 million for Marcus Rojo, and Estudiantes want to get him permanently. And it also mentions that Estudiantes Boca Juniors are interested in getting him in. So we'll get rid of them on permanent transfers. I think we'll get rid of Jesse Lingard. You know, he's one of Manchester United's worst players, is Jesse Lingard. I think, you know, we should get rid of Andres Pereira as well. You know, Sanchez, well, he's facing a dilemma, isn't he, Sanchez? You know, because Inter Milan don't want to get him on a permanent transfer. We don't want him back at Manchester United, Alexis Sanchez. So there you go. So we'll probably loan him back out, you know, because he's reflects on his substantial wages. You know, that's what's going to make it hard to get rid of him permanently. You know, Delors could, you know, possibly leave the football club. There's still a lot of uncertainty over Paul Pogba's future and that. You know, like I said, I think we're going to be loaning James Garner out. You know, maybe we could loan Tahith Chon out, because his appearances have also been limited at the football club. So there you go. So us selling players in the summer transfer window, we're going to generate money. But a lot of players have left anyway since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got recommended into the football club. We have seen a total of, is it around 19 players leave? I think around 8 or 9 senior players have left. And I think around, is it 9 or 10 young players have currently left the football club. So to be fair to Solskjaer, you know, he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to the football club and that. So there you go. Solskjaer has been at the football club for, is it around 17 months, or is it over 17 months now? Solskjaer has been at the football club over a year. And like I've said to you, know, Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at Manchester United, and he does deserve at least a couple of more transfer windows. Because like I said, it is a transition period, and it's been a transition period for a while, but Solskjaer did reveal at the beginning of the year he's hopeful that we can get through this transition period and that, you know. Like I've said, I've seen improvements under Solskjaer, you know, of what I saw, you know, when we had Jose Mourinho and that. But Solskjaer, a while back, a couple of months ago, did reveal the changes he has made at Manchester United since replacing Jose Mourinho in December 2018 and that. But I think, we've definitely improved in the transfer market under Solskjaer. What I mean is I think, he's recommended the players I wanted to recommend in, and we've been a bit more sensible with our recruitment and that. So far, Solskjaer's enjoyed 3 transfer windows at the football club. He didn't recommend anyone in his first transfer window, but in the 2 previous windows, he has recommended 5 players into the club and spent £220 million, something like that. And, the summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager, and it will be 2nd summer transfer window at the football club. So we've improved in the transfer market. I think, there's players that have definitely improved as well under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Our record against the Big Six sides this season has also been very, very good, because we've registered 17 points against the Big Six sides this season. Like I mentioned, we've beaten City 3 times this season out of 4 times we've played them. Solskjaer made history because he became the first manager to beat Pep Guardiola 3 times in one season. Solskjaer's beaten Chelsea 4 times as a manager since he got recommended in. I don't think we've lost to Chelsea since Solskjaer got recommended in and that. So that's very, very good. And he's beaten Frank Lampard 3 times as a manager. Also drew with Liverpool earlier on in the season. Don't forget Solskjaer's beaten Tottenham twice as a manager in that. So we've really, really improved against the Big Six sides. So that's definitely a positive, you can take. That's a positive you can take. Don't forget, you can say that Solskjaer's promoted the youth very, very well. Because quite a few of the young players have been given their opportunities, this season. But Solskjaer did say anyway when he got recommended in that, all the players, would get their chances to express themselves. So I've definitely seen improvements under Solskjaer. Don't get me wrong, there's still things that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to work on, because I've got some reservations about him as well. Now, like I mentioned to you on my recent videos, the Premier League is resuming sometime next month. Now, these talks about, the season resuming on the 26th of June, because clubs have demanded this to currently happen. There's obviously been narratives saying that it could start on the 19th of June. Some narratives have said it could start on the 18th of June. And some have even said it could start on the 12th of June. Like I mentioned, it all depends on the fitness levels. But it's definitely going to be resuming. The Bundesliga recently resumed. I think the La Liga is going to be resuming on the 8th of June and that. But it will. Like I mentioned, the Premier League's been suspended for, is it a good 9 or 10 weeks? Don't forget, it did get suspended on the 13th of March, did the Premier League. It got suspended, yes it did. And like I said, we've been back in training. Like I said, we've named the 29-man squad for when the season resumes. Don't forget it was last Wednesday when we returned to training. But a lot of clubs, not to return to training not too long ago, because the Premier League did confirm a statement last Monday that, clubs had unanimously voted to return to smaller training groups. And I did say that was a step forward to resuming the season. Tottenham and Manchester United is the first Premier League game back, and it is live on Friday Night Football. Solskjaer, of course, will be looking to beat, Jose Mourinho for the second time as manager, because he's already beaten him once. And, Jose Mourinho, of course, reuniting with Manchester United and that, So, yeah, really, really looking forward to it. Let me just... Really, really, looking forward to it and that. Like I said, there's 9 games remaining in the Premier League season. There's 92 games to play in all competitions and that. Like I said, we have got a fully fit squad as well. Like you updated you on one of my videos yesterday, Solskjaer's confirmed that Rashford and Pogba will be fit for when the season resumes. Pogba has now recovered from his ankle injury, which is very, very good news. Paul Pogba's appearances have been limited at the football club this season. He's only played 8 times for us. You know, the last game he played was on Boxing Day in our 4-1 win against Newcastle, and the last time he started from the start was back in September. I give you the news on Podby yesterday, by the way. You know, Teddy Sheringham, who's a Man United legend, he came out and said that he's lacking the Roy Keane factor. That was stemming from Sky Sports, and he believes that Pogba can go, and he says Man United need a replacement with the right mentality and the desire in that. So this is what Teddy Sheringham had said. But he has received a lot of criticism, Paul Pogba, since he rejoined the football club from Juventus back in 2016. And I did say, you know, there's still a possibility, chance that Pogba could leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window. But me personally, I think Paul Pogba will stay for next season, but I'm not too sure about the foreseeable future because I'm very, very excited about the prospect of him playing alongside Bruno Fernandes in our midfield. I've not yet had the chance to play together in our midfield. And don't forget, you know, they've recently trained together of Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. But that's very, very, very positive news that, you know, now that Paul Pogba is back. He really, really is. But we've got things to look forward to for when the season resumes. Like I mentioned, our priorities are the FA Cup and the Europa League. Because, you know, the FA Cup and the Europa League is a chance of us getting some silverware on the board under Solskjaer. And if we can win the FA Cup and the Europa League, or we can win at least one of them, it will be a memorable first full season for Solskjaer because we've not won anything yet in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. Don't forget, we're sitting fifth in the Premier League and we are chasing that top four. I'm very convinced that we can get qualification for the Champions League for next season. And obviously, you know, if we can get qualification for the Champions League, we'll generate money there. I think we do get around a 50 million boost on our finances. So, yeah, we do have priorities for when the season resumes. Like I've mentioned to you, there's decisions that Manchester United have got to make, you know, before the season resumes in that. You know, we've got to make a decision on Pogba's future. We've got to make a decision on Delors' future. We've got to, you already know the ongoing situation with Ighalo, with Solskjaer, you can say, has also got to work out his best 11 because he has been making a lot of rotation this season. But there again, you know, we've had a lot of injuries this season, so this is why he's been making rotation and that. He's tried a few different elements in that, which is good. Maybe Solskjaer needs to work out his best formation because, like I mentioned, he has been changing formation persistently this season. Like I said, he's gone with a 4-2-3-1 regularly. From my own perception, that formation doesn't really seem to suit our standards. You know, we've gone with a 4-3-3 a few times. We've gone with a 3-5-2. I think we look more expansive with that 3-5-2 formation and that. But he's mainly been going with the 3 at the back, you know, against the big 6 sides as Solskjaer and that. So there you go. So maybe he does need to make like a tactical change. So these definitely stuff he does need to work on that. Like I said, Solskjaer was very, very close to getting sacked earlier on in the season. And at that point, there was talks of Pochettino coming in. But Pochettino was linked with the Manchester United job before Solskjaer got the job permanently in March and that. You know, also, too, there was talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in. And if, things were to go wrong in the 9 remaining games when the season resumes and we were to fail to get qualification for the Champions League, then there's still a possibility that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, would be sacked. But I still think he will be here next season. I really, really do. Like I said, Solskjaer will be under pressure as well to keep the good run of form up. Because before the football season got suspended, we was in a good vein of form. We are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions, don't forget. So there you go. And as you all know, the most players that have been spoken about in the mainstream media is Jadon Sancho, Jack Grealish and Jude Bellingham. Jadon Sancho is our number 1 priority target, and Jude Bellingham and Jack Grealish are our priority targets as well. So they've been mostly linked with Manchester United. Don't forget, two young upcoming players are incoming, and that's Marc Guardo from Barcelona and Joe Hugel from Sunderland. So there you go and that. But like I said, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era. We have sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era, and that's David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. In the last 6 or 7 years, we've spent close to the £1 billion range on players, and we've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Alex Ferguson era and that. The vast majority of the players that we had under Ferguson have now gone. There's only a few here now from the Ferguson era. It was Louis van Gaal that got rid of a lot of the players that we had under Ferguson. You know, the players that Jose Mourinho recommended in the 2.5 years he was at Man United, you know, the vast majority of them are still here now. So put into the equation, Solskjaer's inheriting them. You know, when we had Moyes, he only recommended 2 players in. That was Fellaini and Mata. You know, Fellaini's no longer here, but Juan Mata is still here and that. So there you go. So hopefully, you know, we can get our 21st title under Solskjaer. You know, hopefully we can do that. But yeah. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribing as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.